What's up, LA gang?
What's happening, y'all?
We're coming to you with a salad mukbang.
Oh shit!
It's grilled chicken grilled chicken.
Well, we gotta tell them where we got it from too, cause that's like the best salad.
It ain't. I don't let them say the best salads, but their salads are pretty good.
You gotta get the one with the warm chicken. You get the cold chicken. I'm sorry if this hurting your ear. You get the cold chicken. It's gonna be a little disappointment. So, over our salad, I got this one here. Cut the top off and put that upside down. Kind of gives it a little higher up.
What you should have did before.
Yeah, and we have Italian and ranch and whatever kind they give you from this place.
I got Caesar dressing. That's what I'm gonna use.
Oh, did you share Caesar? Like, you gonna give me one?
No.
No, you didn't. He gave us one piece. Dang. You want Caesar?
You don't even eat Caesar. You want Italian. That's why you got it.
This year, we're gonna need the ranch out here, so I just grabbed both of them.
I use ranch.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll use ranch.
Okay, so today's topic is going to be over steps to get in the house, correct?
Yeah.
Because you really want to share one of these?
There you go.
Because we told you guys to ask us some questions like a week ago, and that was one of the subjects that we did not touch over the last two videos we did. So, you want to start our first break? Because she actually got more solid, more intel of it because she works at a security credit. She works at a credit union. So I'll let you do. She'll be doing most of the time because she has more intel.
First step to get in the house is making sure you have your credit together. Usually they look for like a 620 or higher. And the way you can do that is getting like credit cards, making sure you keep in your balance, like only using, only using 30% of what you know you can spend. Or 30% of the actual balance on the card that you guys get. You're shaking the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
And then, the second thing I would say, along with credit, is making sure you're saving money because some houses you have to have a down payment on and some you don't. But even if you don't, you can still save your money to get stuff that you'll need when you move. So it's always a good thing to save in the process of building your credit. So that's kind of a good thing. And like some people don't learn until later. Some people don't figure this stuff out until later. Like
we did.
No, it ain't really too late for us. We're still young, so it's not too late for us. But it could have been late, you know, if we hadn't
talked to the right people. The right people, because I mean, like,
that's making too much noise.
Like, yeah, we are young. For those who don't know, I'm 22, she's 21. So we are pretty young, and then like everybody's dream is like, I want to get this house and this is and that. So like you said, the biggest thing, step one is just getting your credit together. Get a credit card that's like $500 and then just do your payments. It'll all add up. It's just like, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
It's just like one of those things where you find one quarter here and you find another quarter and you just keep saving them, and then eventually you got $1 and you got $2 and, you know, so forth and so on. So it all adds up. Each payment adds up. It all adds up for you and it'll pay off. So just start, you know, with something like that. Don't miss a payment.
But sometimes you can't pick your the amount that the credit card people or the credit people, whoever, give to you. You can't really choose unless you, like me, my first credit card, I went to my credit union. So I told them, like, I need this much on the credit card. Sometimes you are able to do that, but sometimes you're not. Like, they'll give you what they think you can handle. And probably 6 months into that, if they see you can handle that, then they'll raise your limit if you ask them. So it all just falls.
Look, I just can't use 500 as like an even ground, but that is true. Golly.
Pat got your time?
I had more in my mouth than what I thought. And then saving. That's almost the hardest thing for any of us to do.
Especially when you're young. You
Especially
want to
when
go
you're
out, spend, have fun.
You want to go out with all your friends. You want to get the latest and greatest phone and all this other stuff. Like, and I ain't saying like we just save, because I mean it's hard for us too, but we do it. Well, we're trying to. So like, just establishing some kind of credit, and then just saving, because like you say, some houses you need a down payment for, and some of them don't, because what is it, first home buyers for the most part, you got dry forehead.
It's okay.
So what was it? Some places like for first time home buyers, they have like benefits for you, so like,
or sometimes in the area that you move in, you don't necessarily have to have a down payment. So it just all depends on where you want to move, or if you're a first time home buyer and all of this stuff. So it just falls hand in hand with whatever your situation is. Right, and then another thing is, like, if you really want something, you're going to save for it. Like, if a house is something that you really want, you're going to save for it. But that goes for anything. The latest phones, people save for that because that's something that they want. You just have to know what you want.
I'm sorry, y'all. We kind of doing it. Our table kind of shaking it. That's why it's kind of focusing in and out. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just that discipline thing. It's like everybody preach about it, like your parents or like your friends, or like everybody always preach about saving. It's saving. It's just that word that you can just say, and just people think it's that easy, but it's really not. And
but it's good to save though, just in case of emergencies happen. You need to make sure you have an emergency savings for stuff that you want. Like it's a good thing to save for certain stuff.
Multiple things, like, and we're not saying like $100 every check you get or something. Like if you put 50 here, 50 there, it all adds up, and you got it in case something happens. So like saving is one of those things, and then like also knowing what's your budget. Because I was talking to a coworker that I work with, and he was saying like, for instance, say you find a house for like $100,000, and then there's another house that's like $130,000, and he tells you like, well, how much is the payments for the house that's for $130,000? And then he's like, oh, at the house that's worth $130,000 is $700 a month, and the house that's worth $100,000 is like $550, $600 a month. You have to be disciplined enough for yourself to say like,
I can't go over.
Yeah, it might be $100 more a month, but then the $100 more a month could hurt you. So you just gotta discipline and say like, this is my flat rate. I don't want to pay any more than this, because you think about it, that's just your mortgage, and then on top of that you gotta have your home insurance, and you got your taxes. Some places, you got your water, of course, and you got consumers and all this other stuff that you got to put into consideration. So, like, he might say, oh, it's only $100 more, but out of that $100, that could have been, your taxes. I mean, in some places, can't you get your home insurance into it or something like that, you were saying?
Yeah, like, once you go and apply and you're about to, like, settle down as far as going into your loan and stuff, and you already got it sealed, they'll say, well, do you want to pay taxes yearly, or do you want to pay it monthly with your mortgage. And most people say they want to pay it monthly with the mortgage because that make it a lot easier versus having to come out with thousands each year to have to pay taxes. So sometimes it's a good thing to get, your taxes included. And if you can afford to do the thousands a year, at one time, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. But some people don't have
the means to do it.
Yeah, so.
And then, this is another thing I didn't even know about. She told me. I mean, obviously, there are different kind of loans as far as, what is it? Balloon loans. She told me.
Yeah.
That is definitely no. But then you got, what do you got? HHA or something like that? Or
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a bunch of different loans, but the one loan you don't want to get is a balloon loan. And I'll let you explain to them why you don't want to get that.
That one, it can go up on the mortgage or it can lower it, but you're taking that chance of you paying a lot more money, or you can take that chance of you paying a lot less money. But sometimes it don't always, sometimes it don't always go to a set price. It's always going up or it's always going to go down. But sometimes it's not always the down. Mm-hmm. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't, a lot of loan officers don't let you know that when you go in. They don't let you know, this loan is this, and that. They don't tell you that because they want to get you into something mm-hmm. to where you can't get out. Mm-hmm. So, the balloon loan is one of them. I wouldn't say never, but as far as us, I wouldn't get in it. Just because there's always that chance that you could be paying twice as much for a house that's not really worth it, mm-hmm. or you could be paying less. But I wouldn't get us in it. I would just get us in a straight mortgage.
Because, everybody want to be set. It's almost one of them things where you work part-time and then they want you to work according to when they call you. How would you feel about that? You'd be like, well, then, if this is my day off, don't be calling me because, you don't got me as full-time. So why should I be there at your every call? So I'm it's just, they got a bunch of things and it's steps you can take because we didn't know all this stuff at first. I don't know, where you guys, live at, who's all watching us and stuff, but, we have this place here that's called, Kason. And that is a home loan agency, basically. And we went in there, what did we go, almost 2 years ago? The first time we went?
Yeah. And they were pretty good about what they were doing, but they didn't go into detail with us.
Yeah, we just didn't have basically our part was we didn't really have the credit part. And then we went again, and then, he kind of broke it down to us a little more. And we didn't find out everything then either. And then when she started where she works at, that's when he really broke it down for us, and we knew all the steps we had to take. So that's how we were able to share with you guys the steps to take to get a home. And I mean, it's just it all sounds really simple, and it's not nothing that's just gonna happen overnight or 6 months or whatever. Depending on what level you at. You could be already at my credit is good, and you just have to save, so then in 6 months you can do it, so it just, it can happen over a year, or it can happen over, whenever you want, because it's all up to your timing. And I mean, I don't really know how the market stuff works. So some houses, for instance, that we saved, a lot of them have been dropping over the last couple months. So
by thousands.
It's almost one of the things we maybe when we get the ball rolling, we can get, a house for a lot cheaper versus, it's starting to climb up, and then you're like, man, I got to save more, so just going out to people that do this for every day, and then just kind of getting bits and pieces over the last 2 years and stuff, that's what kind of really helped us. And then, I mean, I guess you could almost say we're fortunate because you work, at a loan kind of agency too, because you guys credit unions and stuff give out loans too. So
Yeah.
we just kind of got a little more intel on everything. And
I forgot what I was gonna say.
probably because I be yippee too much. She be talking about that.
Another thing is credit unions are some of the best places to go to get a home loan or to get a loan, period. The reason I say this is the interest rates are way lower than like regular banks, because if you think about it, we got these credit unions, but you don't see many of them around.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a few of them, but you don't see that many. With banks and, I don't want to name any, but with banks, regular banks, you see multiple of them. Like, you can see one on each block.
Yeah.
That's how they make their money. That's how they're continuing to have so many on each block, is because they charge you,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to continue to charge you. But with the credit union, they don't just want to juke you out of your money. They don't want to just take your money, or they don't want to charge you for everything. So it's always best to like weigh your options, but usually the credit union would be the way to go.
Mm-hmm. I swear I don't know why the camera is.
I don't
really,
either.
I mean, we're not even hitting the table, but
That's kind of making me upset, bro.
yeah. You know, that's just kind of the basic steps is, you know, establishing your credit right, saving. I mean, like, go out and invest, because, I mean, you never know until you ask those questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So you go out to these places that do this 24/7 for a living and find out where you are on that bracket to, you know, moving closer to getting your dream home, and you just go from there, and then you learn stuff along the way, and you got people that's willing to share, because we weren't really fortunate to have a lot of people like share with us. Like I said, we really found out when she started her job. But then, I mean, you got people like us that's willing to share and, you know, give the steps, and you got some people that don't. And
that's fine too.
Yeah, that's fine too, but, you know, at least there's someone that is willing to help. So, like, you know, it's just that kind of chance. You just got to jump out in there, because I can't.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Another thing is, when you go to a credit union or when you go to a place, go to one place and make sure you set your mind. Go to one place, because if you let people continue to run your credit, it's going to go down by points, like lots of points. Don't go to every credit union and see who got the lower rates. If you bank with the credit union, you automatically go have a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. See what their rates are, or you could go to each bank and see what their rates are in the day. Sometimes the rates change daily, so it just depends. But don't go to every bank thinking you're going to get something lower. Mm-hmm. If you see something, you know, in your credit union or, you know, your bank, and you think it's the best way to go ahead and do that, because you don't want every bank or every credit union running your credit. That's something you do not want.
Because, like, I won't go into that, but I won't really go into it, but that's really what kind of messed us up, too, when we were in the process of buying our car. They kept running our credit score, and it kind of, you know, took a real big toll on us. So,
but then again, now that we've had our car for almost 2 years now, our credit score
it went up. So, I mean, it's just one of them things where, like people always tell us, you know, you'll never be too ready for a kid. And I can't say this because we don't have them. But it's just one of them things, you got to jump into it. There's really no even ground with it until you get out there and you establish your own ground. So, you know, that's just the steps we've taken and what steps we've in the process of taking and, you know, sharing with you guys, so maybe you guys can jump out there and get your stuff going too. Anything else you had to say?
No, not that I can think of.
I mean, and, you know, if you guys want to know more into depth about something we said in a later video, just let us know.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about certain stuff or certain loans or anything like that, just comment down below. And I worked at a credit union, so if I could get the answers for you guys, I'll let you guys know. So, but I think this is gonna be the end of our video. What do you?
I think so too. Just remember, establish your credit.
Don't run your credit.
Don't run your credit all the time. Save and try and get as much info as you can from some people, or
Stick
do
to
your
somebody
research.
that you feel like you'll trust. That's the biggest thing. Like, if you feel like you can trust that person, go ahead with that.
By all means. But you can't trust everybody, and everybody know that. So
yeah,
those are kind of the foundations we following, and it's looking good for us. So I'm glad we was able to share this with you guys and maybe give you some kind of pointers for it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. Also comment down below, and
add us on Facebook at King Queen Stewart, and follow us on Instagram at KingQueen_916.
we'll see you on the next video.
We gotta cut the camera off.